How long does it take to get a surety bond? In some cases, you can download your bond instantly after you purchase it. In other cases, your bond requires a custom price based on a rate. For most of these bonds, you can get your price within a few business hours. And that's what we're going to cover in today's video. If you're wondering what is a surety bond, click in the upper right corner and watch our video explaining what a surety bond is and why it's required. So, how long does it take to get a surety bond? I hate saying this, it depends on two scenarios. Scenario 1, bonds with a fixed price. There are thousands of different types of surety bonds, and some of these bonds have set prices, meaning you can purchase your bond and have it ready to download instantly or emailed to you within 24 hours. Surety bonds with a fixed price typically have a lower bond amount and are considered less risky. Because of these factors, Surety Bonds Direct is able to secure a fixed price, allowing you to get your bond almost instantly. Examples of fixed price bonds are notary bonds, public adjuster bonds, credit repair service bonds, title bonds, certain sales tax bonds, and some states like Oregon, Nevada, Texas, and New York even have fixed prices for certain contractor bonds. Bottom line, bonds with a fixed price allow you to get your surety bond almost instantly. If the bond you require wasn't mentioned above and you're wondering if your bond is a fixed price bond, go to suretybondsdirect.com, use our bond finder form, and see if it is. Scenario 2, bonds that require underwriting. Some bonds require underwriting to calculate a premium. The premium is primarily based on your personal credit score, your business history or experience, and business financials. The underwriting will determine the rate. The rate multiplied by the bond amount is the price you pay, the premium, for the surety bond, which is a small percentage of the bond amount. At Surety Bonds Direct, we have relationships with a variety of sureties. This allows us to obtain multiple quotes, getting you the best possible price. Typically, it only takes a few business hours to get a price quote. Sometimes for larger bonds, it could take 1 to 2 days. For bonds that require underwriting, a signed application is needed to finish off the process. This is where you come in. If you sign and return the application quickly, you can get your bond quickly. In general, sureties will not release the bond until they have the signed application. Thankfully, many sureties are moving to online signature services, which is going to speed this process up a lot. Bottom line, if your bond requires underwriting, expect it to take 1 to 2 business days to actually have your bond in hand. Important, account for shipping or e-filing. Once you have your surety bond, you need to submit it to the obligee. Even though Surety Bonds Direct is authorized to sign and seal the bond, you may be required to physically sign the bond, called a wet signature. This is what you'll submit to the obligee. Some bonds require a witness or notary to witness the signature. This can add additional time. Hot tip, do not use a family member to witness your signature. Most sureties will deny the bond if this is the case. Some bonds need to be issued with a raised or embossed seal on them. It's old-fashioned, but if it's what the licensing agency requires, that's what needs to happen. In this case, account for the time to have the bond shipped to you. Finally, keep in mind bonds that are e-filed usually aren't immediately confirmed by the obligee. For example, the California Contractor Licensing Board takes a few weeks to actually register the bond. How can you speed up getting the surety bond you need? Number 1, don't wait. Don't wait to get your surety bond. This is a fast process, and if you're required to be bonded, you have no choice. You must purchase a surety bond. You can usually request your bond to be effective at a future date, up to 60 days in advance. So in the case where you're starting a business or you're going to submit your license application in 3 weeks, purchase your bond today with an effective date 3 weeks from today. In the case of a fixed price bond, you can purchase the bond you need right from our website. In other cases, a quick conversation with a Surety Bonds Direct bond specialist is enough to get the quote process started. Number 2, try to bump your credit score. The higher you can get your credit score, the faster you'll be approved for your bond and the lower price you'll pay. So once you know your bond requires a custom price, try to do a quick credit report cleanup. Number 3, ensure correct business naming. If your bond requires the name of your LLC or partnership, make sure the name on the surety bond is exactly as it is with the Secretary of State and Licensing Authority. Plus, all LLC members or partnership members use their full legal name. If you're purchasing your surety bond in your individual name as a sole proprietorship, just make sure you use your full legal name. Don't wait, start the process right now. It only takes 2 minutes to request the bond online, maybe 1 minute more to purchase. Don't put this off to the last minute. Plus, now you know to leave time for underwriting, signing, and possibly having to ship or e-file your bond. When you know you're required to purchase a surety bond, get started. So the bond isn't the thing that holds you back from getting your license or securing the contract you need. If your bond requires a quote, Surety Bond's direct quotes are good for 30 days, sometimes longer. If you have any questions, ask in the comments below and I'll definitely answer you. If you're ready to get started now, go visit suretybondsdirect.com, use our bond finder and find the bond you need. It might be a fixed price bond and it might require getting a quote. Either way, you can talk to a bond specialist or request a quote online. Thanks for watching.